Hey everyone, it's me, Danny, and today I thought I would show you my favorite urban sketches from 2018. So I have my sketchbooks from this year here at my desk and thought I would go through them and show you my favorite sketch from every month. So let's have a look. For those of you watching who are urban sketchers, you'll know that January is not a nice month to do urban sketching, at least if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. So I took the opportunity to sketch people on a bus ride to Metz, France over a weekend. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I basically never draw people. But this was one of the few times I did, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was fun to splatter on the paint in the background and just to do something different. So in February I had the chance to go to the Canary Islands, to Tenerife, and one afternoon I went to this gorgeous town called Garda Chico. Now I wanted to get the whole sketch done, but it started raining, so I had to leave this part blank, but I like how I started playing around with white contour lines and spaces around this time of the year. In March, I took another trip, and this time it was to Verona over Easter weekend. Once again, it was just so nice to escape the winter here in Germany and to do some sketching on location. And I did this one at Piazza Bra in downtown Verona. It was a super sunny day, but also super busy. You know, you had these people, these tourists everywhere, but I found a great spot at a cafe, and it was just so nice to take in the views and just to sketch. For April, I actually have a compilation of sketches, but they were all in one place, and that was at the Vöcklinger Hütte, so an old ironworks near Saarbrücken in the southwest of Germany. And it was such a great trip because I went there with a lot of other urban sketchers from the surrounding region, and we just spent a weekend with great weather sketching at the ironworks. So it was just interesting and so fascinating to try these new textures and sort of, you know, sketch this industrial flair. And yeah, I had a great time sketching in Vöcklingen, meeting lots of new other urban sketchers, and just sketching something that you would normally not visit as a tourist, but to go there as an artist or as an urban sketcher. It was just a place that was so amazing and so interesting. So one of my favorite sketches from this month was from a Trinkhalle, or a drink kiosk in Frankfurt. I met up with some other urban sketchers after work, and we just had a lovely evening sketching the kiosk and enjoying a beer, and yeah, really just relishing in the spring weather. My favorite sketch from June is probably the sketch I did while I was in Luxembourg at an Urban Sketchers weekend. It was the first sketch I did in Luxembourg, and I was standing on a hill overlooking this small little valley, I guess you could say, and it was just so much fun to sort of sketch the trees and this panorama on the other side. And speaking of panoramas, I know I'm cheating here again, but I just could not choose one single favorite sketch from June. So I also really enjoy the sketch that I did of the Frankfurt skyline, which is seen from Sachsenhausen, the part of Frankfurt that I live in. So I can't talk about July without mentioning the Urban Sketchers Annual Symposium. It was my first time at an Urban Sketchers Symposium, and it was just absolutely phenomenal to be in a place with 800 other urban sketchers from around the world. Was just incredible. But this sketch I actually did the day after the symposium ended. I went to the other side of the river and was with a few other urban sketchers, and we just had this beautiful view of the city and the river. And so I spent a few hours just taking in the view, sketching it, and just talking with other urban sketchers from around the world who had stayed on in Porto. For August, I'm going to have to cheat again because I have two sketches that I just really like from this month. The first one was the Castel de Xàtiva in Spain. I was in Valencia and the surrounding area, for about a week in August, and this was the second to last sketch I did while I was staying there. The next sketch, that's my favorite from August, is from another castle, Burg Eltz, which is near the Moselle River here in Germany. And yeah, I went there with a few other urban sketchers, and we spent the day just sketching this beautiful castle and enjoying a few hours of sunshine. So it was rainy actually before and after we had visited the castle, but right when we got there, we had perfect weather. So a great sketching experience. My favorite sketch from this month was probably from a day trip I did to Rüdesheim, which is this beautiful little town right on the Rhine River Valley, and as you can see here, nestled in the vineyards. So I definitely did not want to see any green after sketching this, but it was such a nice day, and I had so much fun spending an afternoon in the vineyards and sketching them, and just being on my own and relaxing with beautiful scenery and doing what I love, urban sketching. For October, I'm going to cheat again and show you a few sketches, just because I cannot decide what my favorite one was. But one of them was definitely at the Cliffs of Moher on the west coast of Ireland. It's this huge, massive cliff face, and it was just so beautiful to sketch there, even if I did have to hold my sketchbook harder than I ever have had to, so that it wouldn't blow away in the wind. And the other sketches that I really enjoyed from October were these here of a castle here in Hesse, Germany in the fall. It was just so much fun to paint the fall foliage, and you know, with a backdrop like this, you just can't complain. I have to admit that I did not do a lot of urban sketching for obvious reasons because of the weather, but this was one set or one spread I did with urban sketchers here in the Rhine-Main area, and we went to an old abandoned storefront in Mainz and just sketched the view. So this was the view on one side of the building, out the building down the street, and then the view into the, or the view of the courtyard, or the Innenhof in German. December is yet to be over, so who knows, maybe I'll get some more urban sketching done. But my favorite sketch this month so far was this one I did of a church in Berlin, the Kaiser Wilhelm Gedächtniskirche, and luckily it was from the inside of a restaurant. So I went with a friend and we looked at the church from the warmth and dryness of a cafe and did the sketch. Alright, so those are my favorite urban sketches from 2018. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and also hearing a bit about the stories behind each sketch. As always, I post my most up-to-date work over on Instagram, but if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section here below. This will be the last video I'm posting this year, so I hope you all have a happy holiday season, a great start to 2019, and of course, happy sketching.